Here's a news story, a Midland news story that a lot of people don't know about, and I think it's kind of interesting. There's no connection, that I have no evidence for a connection to the $1 million underground homes here, believed to have been hosting oil show parties and connected with the murder of the little girl at the 2010 oil show party, with the remains found in 2013, or the suspected murder of the last homeowner of my home that died the week before the 2008 oil show started, or even, when I was ambushed and shot with burglar alarms on my attic. And now homeowners all over are documented reporting people in the attic. Multiple people documented reporting tunnels, underground homes are here. Anyways, this story here today is November 22nd, and that's the date of the Kennedy assassination in Dallas. And then that reminded me in my research that I come across this story and letter here, and I'm going to go over it with you. Here, this was my Facebook post today, right here. It's the City of Dallas Memorandum, Kennedy Assassination, January 28, 1988. On December 30th, 1987, investigator J.D. Lucky with the Midland County District Attorney's Office contacted the Intelligence Division for information on a former officer, Roscoe Anthony White. Investigator Lucky stated their office had been contacted by White's son, Ricky Don White, who stated he found a diary, pictures, and a $2,000 in cash, which his dad left to him and his brother. Mr. White told investigators Lucky that there was a possibility that the dad had been involved in the Kennedy assassination. Mr. White alleged that his father had known Lee Harvey Oswald and been involved with an unknown woman who worked at the school book depository, and much more in the attached letter. And so this is the letter. I just read the top paragraph to you here that I found, secret 1988, and it goes on here. Roscoe Anthony White was hired by the Dallas Police Department on October 7th, 1963. He attended recruit class 79 from December 4th, 63 to February 28, 1964. Mr. White resigned on October 7th, 1965 to accept employment with Page Drugs. On Monday, January 4th, 1988, Investigator Lucky came to Dallas. Investigator Lucky, Special Agent Kenneth Bersano of the FBI, and I attempted to locate a savings and loan described by Ricky White, which allegedly held a safety deposit box containing $200,000. We were unable to discover the location. I gave Investigator Lucky and S.A. Bersano all the information we had on Roscoe White. January 26, 1988, I was contacted by Investigator Lucky, who stated that the FBI had taken over the investigation. Investigator Lucky said that the FBI had gone with Ricky White, had seen the pictures and diary, and there was nothing to what had been alleged by Mr. White. Investigator Lucky stated that he has not been in contact with Mr. White since the FBI talked to him. Investigator Lucky stated he was able to determine that Roscoe White and Lee Harvey Oswald were in the Marines together and both served a tour in a light helicopter unit in El Toro, California at the same time, but does not know if they actually knew each other. He's been able to confirm that Roscoe White was involved with any woman at the school book depository. Investigator Lucky stated that he has been told to withdraw from the investigation and let the FBI handle it. Since we were only assisting Midland County District Attorney's Office with their investigation, and then they are now withdrawn from the investigation, I recommend this investigation be closed pending further requests for information. Jack Beavers, a Corporal Investigator, Intelligence Division. Okay, and it's signed, etc. And so, anyways, I that was something I've never heard about before, was a connection between Midland. And keep in mind that Midland is the hometown of the Bushes, right? And and many people suggested that Bush had a connection to the Kennedy assassination of George H.W. Bush. And so this was in Dallas in November '63 when President Kennedy was assassinated. I was 2 weeks old when that happened. And then I also found this online, okay, and then just research follow-up here. On August 6, 1990, a man named Ricky Don White held a press conference in Dallas and showed the world when he announced that his late father, Roscoe A. White, had helped assassinate President Kennedy. Ricky White claimed that his dad was one of 3 people in the area dubbed the Grassy Knoll who killed JFK. Roscoe White had been a Dallas policeman for a brief period of time. And see photo. He was hired as a Dallas police apprentice patrolman on October 7, 1963. He graduated from the recruit class in February 1964, and he resigned from the force in October 1965. White died in a welding accident in September 1971. Prior to his police career, White was a Marine who went with Oswald to the Far East and was believed by some researchers to have been stationed with Oswald in Japan, which proved to be false. Ricky White also claimed that his mother, Geneva White, worked at one time for Jack Ruby, but this was also untrue. Much of Ricky White's story came from his dad's diary, which he claimed the FBI took, though the FBI denies it. The Matsu Corporation of Midland, Texas, entered into agreement in 1989 to tell Ricky White's story, but over the years, White's revelations about his dad began to unravel. Federal agencies stated that Roscoe White never worked for them, and Roscoe White's sister, Linda Wells, wrote a letter to the FBI complaining of the accusations against her brother, and it's copyrighted there, 2008, Jake White. And like I said, I found that online. And so I thought you might find this interesting, this link between Midland, Texas, the hometown of 2 presidents, the hometown of secret $1 million underground facilities where oil show parties go on, little girls are murdered and it's covered up, the hometown of the first known secret police since Nazi Germany, and but I will also say we have many good people here, and I think they're ashamed, of these crimes that have been allowed, of these homeowners all over that have reported people in the attic. They're literally rigging private homes with hidden access, killing people, and it's even bigger than Midland, and so y'all share that story.